Hey guys, it's Mayhem here. Hope you're having a good day. So, I don't know if you saw this article that came out, and it just kind of came in through my feed because I don't know why it came up through my feed. It just the randomness of stuff that comes through my feed. But apparently, Angelina Jolie is reportedly furious that Brad Pitt brought his new girlfriend to their wedding venue. It's just the stuff that women get worked up about. I mean, it's just ridiculous, and I just can't fathom what goes through women's minds. And when I was reading this, it was just, why does she even care? I mean, the whatever happened on that plane, which if you don't know the story, Brad got drunk, did something to one of their adopted kids. Angelina blew it out of proportion, ended up getting divorced. I'm pretty sure she regrets that she went that route for the divorce, but who knows? And so, Brad's moved on, and there was a story, and I don't think I didn't cover it, but Brad, I think, talked to Leonardo DiCaprio, and basically Brad's dating like 25-year-olds, which good for him. Which of course is going to piss off Angelina because she's well past the wall and she's just not doing well as far as the looks go. But so she's mad that they went to their wedding venue because apparently when you go somewhere with a woman and break up in a very public, horrible way, wherever you went on one date with this woman or wherever you got married with this woman is now forever and ever deemed inappropriate for you to ever visit. So the drama between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie continues, or at least the rumored drama does. The latest chapter involves Pitt's new girlfriend, German model Nicole Portolowski, which she's cute. I mean, she's young, so she's cute. Last month, he took her on a trip. They stayed at the Chateau Miraval. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not French. The castle in France where he and Jolie tied the knot in August, so 6 years ago. And then they purchased it. Well, no, they purchased it before. End of last fall, reportedly still fighting over who would get the $67 million property of their divorce. God, this is just divorce grape. I mean, grape. It's just grape. To make even matters even more popcorn worthy, their trip coincided with this wedding anniversary. I'll tell you, since I was married, I think I remember my wedding anniversary. I think I do. I mean, if I sat down, I could probably do the math. I think it was in November sometime. Once I was done with that marriage, it all just kind of got erased. And so that means absolutely nothing to men. So I'm sure that Brad didn't think about it. Or the way that this probably happened is that Nicole probably said, "Hey, Brad, I really want to go to Miraval." Brad said, "Okay." And she said, "Hey, let's go X days." And Brad goes, "Sure, honey, I want to make you happy." And maybe subconsciously she knew that when his wedding anniversary was. Maybe she wanted a drama because, as we know, women want drama in their lives. Who knows? But Brad's a dude, and we don't care about stuff like that because it's just really not that important. But they say Brad knows exactly what he's doing, and the reaction isn't going to get. It's going to get from Angela. So now they're saying he did it on purpose, which I guarantee you he didn't. He just doesn't care if Angelina is going to lash out. That part is true. He just doesn't care because they're not together anymore. He's moved on to a younger, hotter model, and he doesn't need crazy in his life because he's got a 25-year-old who's probably crazy enough for him, and that's where his attention's going to be. Turns out Pitt was right. That she wouldn't be thrilled. As I said, I don't think he cares. Very public romantic getaway. When you're a superstar, when you're an A-lister, or even when you're a B-lister, any quote-unquote romantic getaway is going to be public. You just can't get around it. Paparazzi's got nothing better to do. Everybody's locked in their houses with nothing better to do than surf the internet, so of course it's going to come out. I don't think Brad sat down with, a whiteboard and some markers and figured out the best way to screw over his ex-wife, who, from what I've gathered, was wrong about the whole thing, but I'm not them, so who cares? It grosses her out that he's cavorting around Europe so publicly with this girl. Of course it does. You're post-wall, so any young woman, of course, is the enemy. You're mad that you can't get the guys that you used to get, even though you did date Billy Bob Thornton, which... fine, he's just not that attractive. I don't care what you guys say. Instead of keeping a private and dignified lid on his love life. I don't think she ever did that. So using the quote that's been happening lately because of our wonderful Pelosi, rules for thee but not for me. So she would have no problem rubbing any relationship that she possibly has in Brad's eyes or in front of his face, but he can't do the same to her. The fact he's apparently taken them to her marital home is just beyond tacky and inappropriate. However, Brad wants to cut it. Well, you're not married anymore, so it's not a marital home. It's a house. Pitt and Jolene also made headlines for their increasingly contentious divorce proceedings. Yeah, because I think Brad's growing a pair. For a while I thought he was fairly cuckish in his approach to things. But once again, as I said, I think he's hanging out with the right guys. I think, as much as I like Clooney, I think Clooney's a cuck, or at least a simp, or at least blue pill, whichever word you want to use. Blue pill's probably the tamer. But I think that Brad has been getting exposed to a lot of people that are probably red pill and possibly MGTOW. I mean, if you look at Quentin Tarantino, Leo, I don't know who else he hangs out with. Those are kind of the two that spring to mind. I think that, he understands that going our own way is the only way for men. And you can still be red pill, screw whoever you want, get the 21 to 25-year-olds like Leo does as you get increasingly older. Brad Pitt's Brad Pitt. And I find it very hard to believe that he couldn't go down to 18 and 21 and exclusively stay there just because he's Brad Pitt and not have to put any effort into it. Just walk into a venue and find the best looking girl there, go over and say, hey, I'm Brad Pitt, let's get out of here. And I think that 99.9% of the women would probably take him up on the offer. So like I said, I just think he's getting more red pilled. I could be wrong. I mean, Brad doesn't text me regularly and we've never talked on the phone, so I really couldn't tell you what's going on in his mind, but it just seems that that's kind of the writing that's on the wall. But once again, it's funny how, women blow up the relationship. They obviously regret it, and then they just have to spend the rest of their life continuing to make their ex-husband's life miserable and contentious. And, celebrity, whatever. It's just another example of how all women think. So just an interesting insight. But yeah, that's all I've got for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know what you think about it in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Looking at the analytics, 83% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, which I need to get that, more 50-50 from what the YouTube gods tell me, to help kind of get my channel into overdrive. I was reaching that on my old one before they deleted it. I was only at about 375 subscribers, after about, I think 9 weeks is how long it took me to get there, before they took it down. So I need to try to get that traction going again. So please share this video if you like it. Like I said, I'm trying to do more kind of mainstreamy content. I'll still do MGTOW red pill stuff, but I really want to kind of transition to more interesting stuff that catches my eye, just because I think it is interesting to get a different perspective on it. And, with everything going on in the world, hopefully I'll help you think about things a little bit differently, or not. I don't know. You can find me on Spotify under the Daily MGTOW Dose, and you can find me on BitChute under Mr. MGTOW Mayhem. I might change that channel name to Mojo Mayhem. I'm not 100% sure. I probably should, just for consistency. So that might be something that I'll work on. But until next time, remember, the journey is the reward, and you are the prize.